You're trying to, so as soon as someone's starting to search in Google that they may be thinking of selling their house, that's when you're trying to reach somebody because you want them to go to you first instead of going to the real estate agent.
Well, here's an important distinction here. 6 to 10% of the real estate market is in distress at all times. All right. Whether we're talking about the physical condition, physical distress of that property, it's just beat up. It's a hoarder house. It was burnt down. There was a flood. There's mold, one of those situations, or there's financial distress of the property owner. Maybe they got over their skis too much with their expenses, or maybe they inherited a house that they can't really, they really don't have the budget to fix up or to, move into and keep making the payments on, or the emotional distress where people are just going through a really tough time in their life and they just don't want this property anymore because of whatever bad memories they might have in it. And so they want to get rid of it as soon as possible. So we're not talking about you and I that, we buy a house with an agent, it's nice and it's move-in ready and we do inspections and we get warranties on it and everything like that. No, we're talking about people that just want to sell their properties as is. They don't want a trail of people going through these properties, going through their house, making their dogs bark or going through all their trash, or, they have to fix it up and make it pristine before selling. No, they just want to sell it. They just want to turn it in, get the cash, get out of it, and move on with their life. So it's really different than the regular market. Because the regular market, people should list their properties with an agent. They're going to get the most that they can for that property. But if people want speed and convenience, they take it at a discounted price.
That's where your wholesaler approach kind of comes into play, it seems like then. That's how we're going full circle. So you mentioned something there, made me kind of giggle. Hoarders, because, they have the TV show with the hoarders, stuff like that. Is that a serious problem? You run into that often? Someone inherits a house and it's like, oh yeah, my mom was a hoarder. And is it ever as bad as the TV shows bad or worse?
I mean, we're talking, we've had properties where we've had to put 20 dumpsters, literally, David, not just the inside of the house filled to the cabinets of trash and little paths that they kind of carve through, but the whole backyard. I mean, it's you feel bad because they've just kind of gotten to a weird mental, there's something going on there, right?
There's usually some kind of mental, psychological disorder or something like that. My wife calls me a hoarder just because I collect sports or music memorabilia. I'm like, they're guitar picks from Joe Perry. You know who Aerosmith is?
It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
There you go. There you go. So another thing that you do too is you're the creator of Talk to People.
Yeah.
What is Talk to People?
Yeah, really. I mean, listen, it's a business philosophy. If you don't have a lot of money and you're starting out as an entrepreneur, the way that you build your business is by your voice and your skills and your ability to effectively communicate. Right? I don't care what business you're in. You got to be proactive if you don't have a huge marketing budget. If you can't generate leads from people calling you, well, what's your other option? You can wait for things to drop into your lap or be proactive and go out there and actually talk to people, right? To actually start those conversations. And so from a real estate investing side, it gets really expensive for marketing, whether it be internet leads or direct mail or billboards or newspapers or whatever else, a pay-per-click. All of these things cost a lot of money because there's a lot of competition, because usually the spreads on these deals are about $40,000 each transaction. Okay. And so in that, people will build in $15,000, $20,000 worth of marketing per deal. Well, you can pick up the phone and get direct to these property owners a lot sooner for, maybe $500 as opposed to, $20,000.
Cost to land a deal is about 15 to 20K, whereas if you do it through the phone, you're closer to 1,500.
It's all market specific. In San Diego, sure, right? In Phoenix, sure.
San Diego, is that where you're at?
In Miami, no, I'm in Phoenix, but in these major
Phoenix,
markets, okay. the Seattle, the Austin, the Miami, the San Diego, anywhere in New York City, all of these bigger markets where the price points are just keep swelling up because they just keep growing, yeah, it's going to cost you a lot more because there's more competition. But if you're in Birmingham, you know, Alabama or something like that, or Guns Barrel, Texas, right? It's going to be less for marketing, but you're still gonna net more per deal if you're being proactive. It doesn't cost a lot to get somebody's phone number, pick up the phone and call them.